Right, morning everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. This should be recording. You should be seeing the screen now. Please just let me know in the messages if you can't. Let's just have a look at these morning markets, see if we can find anything. So we go to the pre-match to in play. Go to morning footy. And here we have a list of all the matches today. And it's good to see plenty of games today as we've obviously had the summer leagues. Right now, the first thing that I do is here I sort out the money traded, because obviously, you know, what you really want to look for is anything above 30,000 in the market is worth having a look at. And as you can see, we've got the Premier League matches today, and that's where most of the money comes in. Although, where you look here, some German games attracting around 20,000, I would also, look at those. Well, let's have a look at the first game, Manchester United Leeds. What we're looking at here, just to go through this, these are the Betfair prices. So it's 1.61 on Betfair. And here we have the Pinnacle prices. And you can see those that are highlighted in orange means there's a difference. In other words, Pinnacle is significantly different from the Betfair price. And that's one of the places where we start. So let's have a look at the history here. Man United Leeds, for those that are not aware, £231,000 has been traded on this match, of which 154,000 has been traded on Manchester United. Now, we don't know whether that is to back or lay. So that means they've taken 66.52% of the book. Their price, 1.62, is the equivalent of 61.73% of the book. So if we take what they've taken of the book and their book price, the difference is 4.79. So here as well, this comes up with a formula where basically blue means the price is coming in, pink means the price is going out. So as you can see on this game, it's very mixed at the moment. Hopefully we'll see a good example shortly. But what I like to see either a row of pinks or a row of blues, and I always look at the favourite. I don't really look at the draw or the outsider. I prefer to trade on the favourite. So on this Manchester United Leeds game, there's nothing here, although, as I say, Pinnacle is lower than Manchester United, than the Betfair price of 1.62. So that indicates that the price could possibly come in. On the graph, it's a little bit uncertain, really. Obviously, as well, what I would say, these colours that you're seeing here, this is at 7:30. So maybe just say if in an hour's time the Manchester United price went down to 1.55, what you would see is that all of this would turn blue, because it basically what it does, it changes as the money is at that moment, but this is a reflection of as it is now. So what you're looking for, we'll go through this and it'll explain itself better as we go through the games. Chelsea Crystal Palace, we can see here, Chelsea 1.32, 1.3 on Pinnacle. This is a very low price, and it's something I probably wouldn't look to get involved in, to be quite honest. And as we can see, I'll just go through this again. 197,000 traded, 150 on Chelsea. They've taken 75% of the book, and their implied price is 75%. But as you can see here, there's a bit of pink and blues, but nothing really sticking out. Again, there's no great trend on this game. If we look here, Norwich, Liverpool, Liverpool 1.38 on Pinnacle, 1.4 on Betfair. Let's have a look. Interesting here. Yes, here's a good example, and here's a good example of why trading through the night, or if you get up early enough, you can get a movement. This is a good example of what I like to see. As you can see, during the evening, Liverpool 1.36, and they were solid 1.36 up until 5 o'clock this morning. And as you can see, all pink. When you see a price that's fairly stable, and it's been stable for a few hours, yet it's all pink, you can probably say that that price is going to drift. And indeed, it has done at 1.41, gone from 1.36 to 1.41. But as you can see, there's a little bit of blue come in there, which suggests that the price may have hit some sort of resistance. But I think, you know, this is where on a Saturday morning, it can be worth your while getting up. You know, if you're an early bird and you can get up 4 o'clock in the morning, you can get some really good price movements. Not sure on where this price is going to go at the moment, though, but that is a good example of what we're looking for. Villa versus Watford. Villa 2.28 on Betfair, 2.25 on Pinnacle. This could be. This is again. This is looking fairly interesting. I think what's happened here, 2.34. It's Villa were 2.40, 2.38, showing a lot of blue. Still showing a bit of blue. Not sure what could happen there. I'm just concerned here that the money may have come in when it was 2.40, although it's still showing a bit of blue. As we can see with Villa, 95,000 traded on the game, 57,000 they've taken 60% of the book, but the implied price 43.38. Let's just have a look at Villa's price on Odds Checker. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, 2.2 here. Fairly blue here, 2.25. And one final check. Look here, Villa. They've only taken 20 on Odds Checker. Sorry, Villa blue. Sorry, they've only taken 33% of the bets, whereas Watford have taken 43% of the bets. Don't know how many bets they've taken there, but Villa, yeah, I'd like to prefer to see that stronger there as well. So again, I'm not really sure where that price could really go. I think there was, you know, obviously value there at 2.4 taking them, but I would say that they wouldn't go higher than 2.4. By the way, should anybody want a one-to-one session on this, we can go through this slowly. Although I put these videos up in the room, we can go through this slowly in slow time. And obviously, you need to keep your eye out on this during the day. If you see anything, just post it in the room. Let's have a look at Everton, Southampton. Again, what we can see here, it's pinks and blues, so nothing really is standing out there. So again, that's something that you wouldn't look to get involved in. Leicester Wolves, Betfair 176, Pinnacle 174. Oh, this could be interesting. We may again 174, 175, solid pinks, 173, and then it's drifted out to 176. I'd need to look at that again. Need to look at this, you know, in another hour's time. If that's still 175, 176, Leicester could be worth laying. Let's have a look at what it is on Odds Checker. See, Leicester, though, they're saying that they're getting some money. There's money coming in for them, but it's fairly mixed view there. Taking 58% of the bets. And their implied price is around 56%. Yeah, I think... Again, I would have been more inclined to get involved around here if that was showing pink. I just think, again, I'm not sure how far up that can go. Burnley, Brighton. As you can see, that's very mixed. But interestingly here, you know, 379,000, 225,000 has been traded on Brighton. Now, we don't know whether that's to back or lay, but you can see there's a big difference there. They've taken 59% of the book, and their implied price 38%, so 21.28. They've been 24. You know, they've taken a good size of the book. Obviously, we don't know whether that's to back or lay. I would like to see the lower one blue before I would get involved with Brian, but the price is staying steady, but they are taking quite a bit of the book there. Not a massive, they're only taking 20% of the bets, you know, that have been taken through odds checker though. So yeah, and it's very mixed, pink and blues there. Again, very mixed morning here. I'm surprised we haven't found anything really good at the minute. West Brom, Luton. Quite a bit of money on this game. What I would like to see, this is an interesting one here. This is worth looking at. 1.7 here, 1.71. 33,000, they've taken 28,000, they've taken 85% of the book. Again, we don't know whether that's to back or to lay, and the implied price 58%. I would like to see this being pink here though. If that was solid pink there, I would be looking to lay West Brom, and indeed something could happen here. Let me just have a look at this. West Brom 8-13, they are on Betfair. They look to be drifting out, but you see they've taken 94% of the bets, but that means nothing really. There might have only been 2 or 3 bets placed through odds checker, but that is interesting to me. I'd have preferred to see this solid pink here, but West Brom could have hit a resistance point here at 1.7, and they could look to drift. That's worth. I'll make a note of that one. That could be worth looking at. PSG versus Strasbourg. This is 1.23. This is very low prices here. PSG again, you know, smatterings of blue and pink again. Not really interested in that one. We'll go below 30,000 here. There's a couple here. There's 3 here where the pinnacle price is lower than Betfair. We'll have a look at these 3. We'll wrap up with these 3. Well, these 4 games actually. We'll wrap up there, and then we'll have a look. We'll go up to Union Berlin, and then we'll have a look. Yes, see, this is again a great example of what happens during the night. Freiburg, 250, 250, 248. Pinks, solid pinks here, and then all of a sudden, boom, up to 262. So you see, if we'd have been doing this, if we'd have had a look at this 2 hours earlier, and it was like this, I'd have said, yes, we get involved here. We lay Freiburg, and then, you know, lo and behold, up to 2.62. That could still go up, but once you start seeing blue coming in here, it suggests it's hit a resistance point. But that would have been a good one. Stuttgart 196, 191. Yeah, Stuttgart, they've taken a lot of the book. They've taken 20,000 and 24,000, 83% of the book. But again, it's pinks and blues, so, you know, not sure. But however, the pinnacle price is 1.91, so that suggests that Stuttgart could probably come in. But nothing great on that though. Millwall, Blackburn, 2.23 on Pinnacle, 232 on Betfair. Again, we had blues, and then but there's some pinks coming in there, so it suggests from 2.4 it may have hit some sort of resistance at 2.28, but again, it's not conclusive. Peterborough Derby, 2.6 on Betfair, 2.49 on Pinnacle. Again, here during the night. Peterborough 2.34, 2.34. And then, you know, it's building up and building up, pinks, 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 and all of a sudden it's gone out to 2.58, 2.56. Again, another very good move. But again, this move has happened around 3:30, 4 o'clock. As I say, if you can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, this is the time on a Saturday where you can get some reasonable movements. I might actually look to start doing these on a Saturday at around 5 in the morning. Because we can get some really good movements there. We'll just do this one, this Union Berlin game, and then we'll go back and have a look. This is quite interesting here. 2.84, quite a bit of blue here. And it's gone down to 2.8. It could go through that, I suppose. Let's have a look on odds checker. The Union Berlin, the odds seem to be strengthening. I don't think there'll be many bets taken through this site, in truth. No, Leverkusen taking 100%. You can't take any notice of that. No, I'm not sure here. I think, to be quite honest, what we've seen here today is that there's been some good movements, but the movements have taken place around 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And the major reason for that, I assume, is that the Asian markets, you know, they're getting up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It's the morning in Asia, and that's where some money is coming in. The one I do quite like at the minute, though, is this one. It is Leicester here. I just feel that could go up. That could go up just a little bit further. But I'm just a little bit. I'm not going to pull the button myself. West Brom. Again, that could be interesting. I don't see them at this moment in time going below 1.7. Let's have a look here. I would lay West Brom at 1.71, 1.72 with a stop loss at 1.69. But what I would back that up with, I would keep my eye on this very, very closely. Once you start seeing blue, then it might be a time to exit the trade. Put your stop loss in at 1.69. Or maybe 1.68. If you put it in at 1.61, put your stop loss in at 1.68. Ensure that you keep to that stop loss. But if this starts going blue, or we start losing this pink, I would have preferred to see this solid pink here. But I think West Brom could drift there. It's got all the suggestions. Luton are showing solid blue here. They've got 6, and you know, basically West Brom are showing, you know, fairly solid pink. But that is one. It's not the strongest of selections, and the money in the market is quite weak, so you're not going to get a lot of money in and out. But I would suggest, like I say, laying West Brom 1.71 and seeing where that goes. That isn't the strongest one, though. We've been, as I said to you before, if you're prepared to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you've seen that has been some very good movements, during the morning. But anyway, that sort of wraps it up for today. If we go through tomorrow, see if there's anything really happening tomorrow. Obviously, we'll do another of these tomorrow morning. There's very few, it only just starts. You can have a look at this during the day, but if you are if you are going to be trading during the night, make sure that you have a stop loss on, and that stop loss can get hit. But yes, for this, I'm afraid not great really today. But I would look to lay West Brom at 1.71 with a stop loss of 1.68. But you've got to keep an eye on it during the day. What I'll do, I'll post my thoughts in the room throughout the day. If anybody wants a one-to-one session with myself so we can go through this a little bit slowly, then please just send me an email and we can get that arranged. Otherwise, I shall speak to you later, and thank you very much for joining me.